we saw was clearly a detention center, holding facilities for designed to keep people for 12 hours. 12 hours. Here, the average is now 72 hours.
ICE has denied allegations that the facility is not up to par, saying the agency is, quote, committed to enforcing immigration laws fairly, safely, and humanely. WJZ's Jenny Reese will break down more of what the lawmakers say they saw inside the facility, coming up on WJZ News starting at 4. All right, let's take a live look right now outside over Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The Orioles supposed to be back in action tonight at 6:30 playing against the Mariners, but some scattered thunderstorms could impact the game. First alert meteorologist Cutter Martin in the Weather Center with what you need to know if you're planning to go or watch. Cutter.
Yeah, absolutely, Denise. Whether you're headed out maybe to the patio, watch it on TV, stream it, or headed out to the game, weather could be a factor today, even for the commute home as well. Showers and thunderstorms starting to bubble up out there. Obviously, your attention is going to be drawn to western Maryland. A line of rain, even some embedded thunderstorms quickly moving eastward, kind of roughly right down I-70. That's more of a late afternoon, early evening impact, though we're already starting to see some showers develop in eastern Baltimore and up into Harford counties, Jarrettsville, over to Dublin, generally north of 95. And a few showers also over into Cecil and Kent counties on the east side of the Chesapeake Bay. These are moving to the north and to the northeast. So isolated to scattered rain through mid-afternoon, and then that slug of moisture moving in from the western part of the state. So now through, I'd say, 3 o'clock, only hit or miss showers. Temperatures warm in the lower 80s. It's very muggy outside, but again, that chance of showers and thunderstorms will increase and could linger into at least the first couple innings of the O's game tonight. I don't think it's a total washout, but delays are possible. We're back with your full game time forecast. Check in the tropics and when our next chance of rain enters the picture coming up in the First Alert Super 7-day forecast. Denise.
All right, thank you very much, Cutter. As we head into a new school year, Maryland education leaders say they are focusing on recruiting teachers, core instruction, and attendance. State Superintendent of Schools Dr. Terry Wright and State Board President Dr. Joshua Michael held a back-to-school press conference earlier this morning. Among the issues highlighted, the new kindergarten assessment launching this fall and updates to the literacy and math policy. State testing results get released later this month, which Dr. Wright says will help to focus this school year. And a reminder, WJZ in your corner, getting you ready, set school. Community reporter Caroline Forbath spoke to Anne Arundel County Superintendent Dr. Mark Bedell about the priorities heading into the new school year. Her interview with him coming up tonight at 5 right here on WJZ. On your corner in Wacomico County, where a federal judge has denied a request to fully dismiss a class action lawsuit against Purdue Farms over PFAS or forever chemical contamination detected near its plant in Salisbury. In December last year, Purdue filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit and its 7 counts against the company. The court rejected an outright dismissal, but did drop 2 allegations against the Salisbury plant. With this ruling, the discovery process can now begin, which could shed some light on when the chemical runoff was first discovered and how the company responded. Less than an hour ago, President Trump was at the Kennedy Center announcing this year's honorees. Making the list of Kennedy Center honorees, country star George Strait, Broadway great Michael Crawford, action star Sylvester Stallone, historic rock group Kiss, and disco-era legend Gloria Gaynor. This announcement comes after the Trump administration's efforts to overhaul the D.C. Cultural Institution in recent months. Last year's honorees included singer-songwriter Bonnie Raitt, filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola, The Grateful Dead, composer Arturo Sandoval, and the Apollo Theater. Well, still to come on WJZ News at noon, YouTube's new AI-powered age verification system, now officially live in the U.S. How it works and why you may need to give your driver's license to the tech next. And the definition of long COVID creating confusion in the medical community, why researchers say it's harder to treat patients and study the disease.
And these showers and thunderstorms on the increase. A wave of rain moving through today. How that could impact some of the evening festivities around town. Coming up in the First Alert forecast.
At Domino's, you can pick 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for only $6.99 each and feed your whole crew. Or you could spend $6.99 on a burger, which isn't enough to go around. 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, for the win. No matter how you slice it, nothing compares to Domino's. Here's why you should switch from Google to DuckDuckGo on all your devices. With DuckDuckGo, you get a built-in search engine like Google, but it never collects your search history. And you can browse like Chrome, except it blocks most cookies and ads, so you're more protected from hackers, scammers, and data-hungry companies. And there's no catch. The browser's always free to use. Download the DuckDuckGo browser on all your devices today.
This town's full of stories.
Welcome to Spider-Man.
It's a deceiver, a shapeshifter. You have to help save everyone. I'm just a kid. That's why you can succeed.
Sweet, life's coaching. I want to help other young adults give back to their selfless, deserving parents.
My mom's the most selfless person I know.
Welcome back. Starting today, YouTube will begin testing a new age verification system in the U.S. using artificial intelligence to differentiate between adults and minors, all based on the videos you're watching. Right now, it's only being tested with a small sample of YouTube's U.S. audience. But if the system flags a minor, YouTube will impose the normal controls and child restrictions that the site already uses. Excuse me. If the system inaccurately calls out a viewer as a minor, YouTube will ask for a government-issued identification card, a credit card, or a selfie. Our phones, of course, are lifelines these days, so stay in charge. That's a must. CBS Deals lifestyle expert Elizabeth Warner is here. She says she has a smart, portable power solution to keep you connected.
And I love these Rush charges.
Yes.
These are always the big sellers.
Because we're more connected now to our phones than ever. This is our lifeline when we get a flat tire and we need to make a call. It's my ticket onto the train. It's my camera at my daughter's upcoming graduation. So when the phone dies, here's what you're going to do. This is a patented device. It's got every type of tip on it. So no matter iPhone, Android, whether you're using your phone, a tablet, your speakers, this is going to charge it. No wires or cables, if you'll notice. And what I love about this is it gives you 26 extra hours of talk time, and you're never tethered to a wall again. So whether you're out and about and having fun, maybe you're at the beach, the park, your kids are on college campus, you're at the office, or you're at home sitting on the couch and you don't want to be connected to a wall.
Yeah.
I pull this out every single day around lunchtime, pop it in, charges my phone. By the way, check this out. Every kid has one. My parents have one. We put our names on all of them so no one can take them
And you
anymore.
can charge it while getting
That's
charged.
right. So right now, $39.99 for one. It's a $40 savings. But here's the deal: buy bundles. The more you buy, the more you save, and
Love
then
it.
you get them for your kids, your parents, and and everybody you love.
To get this deal and more, scan the QR code at the top of your screen or head to cbsdeal.com to start shopping now.
I still to come on WJZ News at noon, a stormy commute home cutter.
Yeah, for some at least, Denise, and some of those impacts could also linger into the dinner plans. The O's game tonight, helping you plan around the wet weather hour by hour. Coming up in the first forecast.
But before we go on the break, here's a look at today's midday stock. The Dow up again this lunchtime. We'll be right back after a short break. Stay with us.
Thursday morning on WJZ.
As your kids head back to school, beware of what you're posting online. It could draw scammers. 3 tips to follow.
And do you have any friends at work? Well, it's a fading trend, and that could hurt your bottom line.
Tomorrow starting at 4:30.
What's going on? This is Kevin Hart, me and my muscle car crew. We're working hard to beat our 69 Camaro. So buckle up. You shut your mouth.
We got each other to lean on.
I just like being with my friends.
All right, let's take a live look outside at the WJZ Outback. 88 degrees this noon and a lot of humidity out there. I mean, you feel the moisture coming in, Cutter. It's inevitable there'll be a storm.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good thing, right? We get hot, we get humid. It's feeling closer to 100 degrees outside right now. And then we get those downpours to help cool us off. Unfortunately, timing-wise, those same showers and thunderstorms that provide heat relief can slow down your evening drive, maybe delay a little bit at the beginning for a pitch time period of the O's game, and any dinner plans you may have could also impact those. Again, right now in the city of Baltimore, we're dry, but zooming down in to western portions of Maryland, I want to let you know that we are tracking a pretty solid line of showers and thunderstorms that'll continue to move off to the east and in the general direction of the Baltimore Metro, I-95 corridor, VW Parkway. Basically, this entire stretch over the next few hours. Timing this out, again, this is a rough timeline for you because the storms will continue to evolve. The movement, speed, and direction may change a little bit heading into early afternoon, but could be in Hagerstown by 2:08, possibly Frederick 3:01, Baltimore 4:52, just before the top of the 5 o'clock newscast. So this is the main show right here, but even ahead of that, isolated showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder are a possibility. We'll let you know. Some of the forecast models we've been using have not been handling this morning very well. Case in point, this model is missing the showers and storms off to the west, at least right now. But same general idea, they do form and move off to the east. So it's kind of playing catch up there. But in general, the forecast favors early storms in the mountains, western Maryland right now, southern Maryland, eastern shore, and beaches. The risk of showers and thunderstorms will increase as we get into the afternoon. 90 Baltimore, your high 85 La Plata, 87 up in Elkton, 90 for high temperature in Hagerstown. In your neighborhood this afternoon in Carroll County, ahead of the rain, basically where we are right now, upper 80s to near 90. So this right now, about 12, 16 or so, is about as warm as we're going to get this afternoon. Then showers and storms move through. They could slow the evening drive, 4, 5, 6 p.m. In particular, puddles out there. Many of the wipers on the full speed may have to reduce your speed. So plan some extra minutes into that commute home just in case. 6:35 or so, first pitch at Camden Yards. It's before 8 p.m. that we have a greater risk of showers and storms, and then quieting down overnight tonight. So I'd say the first 3 or so innings, just a heads up first alert. There could be some rain and thunder to contend with out there. Tomorrow morning, low to mid 70s, 75 Stevensville, 72 La Plata, 71 in Hagerstown. And again, it will be fairly muggy out the door tomorrow morning. We'll zoom back up into the mid to upper 80s tomorrow afternoon. And I think tomorrow maybe just a little drier than this afternoon. We're still watching Tropical Storm Erin in Eastern Atlantic week for the next few days. Conditions become much more favorable for development. Forecasts become a major hurricane north of the Greater Antilles in the southwestern Atlantic as we get into next week. While that passes to our east, that's the most likely setup safely offshore. Drier air gets pulled in, at least Sunday into Monday, warm. And we will have rip current risks next week and possibly this weekend if you're headed to the beaches. Tuesday, after today and tomorrow, next week, it's a chance of showers and storms. Denise.
Thank you, Cutter. Coming up later today on WJZ News at 5, a judge is weighing in on the Trump administration's lawsuit against Maryland's federal judges. The latest on what comes out of today's court hearing. Plus, addressing the nationwide air traffic controller shortage. We'll take you inside one boot camp training the next generation. All that and more this afternoon, but WJZ News at noon. We'll be right back.
We're in the fight business. All kinds of fighting goes on here.
Give that kid a contract!
There's no off season in the UFC. The sickness is real.
Sweet, Lions of Coaching. I want to help other young adults give back to their selfless, deserving parents.
My mom's the most selfless person I know.
health news this noon. So one of the biggest reasons kids miss school. A survey of parents by the Kids Mental Health Foundation found that while the number one reason, of course, was being physically sick, nearly a third of parents say their child missed school because of fear or anxiety. Mental health issues that keep kids from school include bullying, not fitting in, worrying about a test, or having to speak in public. And establishing what long COVID actually is still a challenge in the medical community. Research from UCLA found the definition of long COVID varies widely in research studies, which makes it harder to treat patients and study the disease. Researchers say a standard definition of long COVID is needed to make sure that people are accurately diagnosed. And when you order food online, do you make healthy choices? A new survey published in the British Medical Journal found most people do not. Despite caloric information being readily available, 71% of people say the calorie labeling has no impact on the food they choose to order. Taste and price are the two biggest factors in how people choose what food to order online. All right, stay with us. The 7-day forecast coming up next.
Meet three women who have come to Rome to star in their very own romantic comedy.
I feel like I'm in Lady and the Tramp. This is a real life fairy tale.
You weren't chosen because you aren't up. You made it.
I see so much raw potential.
This is your moment.
There's nothing else like being a WWE superstar.
Occasionally interrupted by showers and thunderstorms. We'll take it. We need the rain. We love to cool down. 90 today and tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms getting organized in western Maryland. A few pop-ups right now. O's game, the evening commute home. Both could feature some showers and storms. Don't cancel. Just be aware of that potential this evening. A few more storms tomorrow. Stunning but warm weekend. And then a greater chance of rain as we get into next week, Denise, but then cooler.
All right. Be sure and tune in to CBS tonight. It's Elsbeth, followed, of course, by WJZ News at 11. Finally this noon, You may think of bingo as a game that attracts an older demographic. Yeah. But it's gaining popularity with young people. This is what bingo looks like at one venue in the United Kingdom. Glitzy outfits, loud music, colorful beverages. I'd go there. The hosts don't just read out numbers, they also do an entire performance on stage, complete with dance breaks. I'd totally go. Now, if two players get bingo at the same time, they engage in a fan duel to decide the winner. I imagine those beverages are not only colorful, they're probably potent.
Yeah.
Nearly half of the new bingo fans in the UK are younger than 35.
I will say it's a universal game because it's suspense.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's universal. No matter how old you are, you love it.
And unlike Jeopardy, you don't have to be too smart. You just have
That's
to know the numbers.
Just, yeah, exactly.
Mark the numbers.
The card.
That's right. And I like the prizes, too. All right, thank you for watching WJZ. Young and the Restless coming up next. We'll see you again starting at 4. Have a great day.
You see the tent for the first time and you just can't believe it. Any words of advice you'd like to offer?
You're gonna need professionals.
On your mark. These look like a nightmare.
Get that bass.
This town's full of stories.
Welcome to Spiderweb.
Regretted to see a shapeshifter.
You have to help save everyone. I'm just a kid. That's why you can succeed.
Happy Wednesday. Mark in the middle of the work week with some changes in the forecast. This is new. The National Weather Service has issued a flood watch. BW Parkway, I-95 corridors from Cecil County, Harford County, Baltimore County, down into Howard County and Arundel County, and then getting back into the D.C. metro. A line of storms moving in. It'll beat up with the Bay Bridge. Lots of moisture in place. You're feeling the mugginess. So a few of those storms will produce 1 to 2 inches of rain in a single hour if they sit there long enough, with rainfall totals in a couple of spots possibly up to 4 inches. Basically, heavy rain in a short amount of time could mean that we could see some flooding, especially in the typical trouble spots across the urban areas, D.C. up into Baltimore. Just keep alerts turned on, or be aware of alerts in the CBS News app. We'll keep you updated. Also, WJZ is starting live and streaming on CBS News Baltimore at 4 p.m. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, upper 80s, isolated showers and storms. But as we get into the middle of the afternoon, heavy thunderstorms moving in, and a couple storms could also produce a lot of lightning, maybe some very small hail, but primarily some gusty winds. If there is a severe storm today, that's probably what it's going to contain. That'll be the biggest impact. Gusty winds in addition to heavy rain. 5 to 6 p.m. still showers and storms around. Could be a really wet evening commute home for some. And then we're going to start to dry it out dinner time on past sunset. So if you're headed to the O's game tonight, could be some weather impacts. Here's what we're watching both today and a chance of showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow. Hot and sunny weekend, perfect for the pool. However, if you're headed to the beach, we're watching the possibility of dangerous rip currents, more of a next week issue, but we could have some rough surf out there even this weekend as Aaron passes offshore, approaches the U.S. this weekend, and then passes, looking likely well to our east as we get into next week. Again, we will also keep you updated on storms today on the Go CBS News app, streaming CBS News Baltimore, and live on WJZ starting at 4. Have a great day. Stay dry.
Well, this visit, you may remember, comes after the agency 2 weeks ago denied members of the delegation access to the facility when they showed up asking to view it. Senator Chris Van Hollen and Representatives Faisal Fume and Sarah Elfred took this morning a guided tour of the facility. This after a federal class action lawsuit criticized conditions at the facility.
What we saw here was clearly a detention center. Holding facilities were designed to keep people for 12 hours. 12 hours. Here, the average is now 72 hours.
ICE has denying allegations that the facility is not up to par, saying the agency is, quote, committed to enforcing immigration laws fairly, safely, and humanely. WJZ's Jenny Reese will break down more of what the lawmakers say they saw inside the facility, coming up on WJZ News starting at 4. As we head into a new school year, Maryland education leaders say they are focusing on recruiting teachers, core instruction, and attendance. State Superintendent of Schools Dr. Kerry Wright and State Board President Dr. Joshua Michael held a back-to-school press conference earlier this morning. Among the issues highlighted, the new kindergarten assessment launching this fall and updates to the literacy and math policy. State testing results get released later this month, which Dr. Wright says will help guide the focus this school year. And a reminder, WJZ in your corner, getting you ready, set school. Community reporter Caroline Forbach spoke to Anne Arundel County Superintendent Dr. Mark Bedell about the priorities heading into the new school year. Her interview with him coming up tonight at 5 right here on WJZ. Your corner in Wacomico County, where a federal judge has denied a request to fully dismiss a class action lawsuit against Purdue Farms over PFAS, or forever chemical contamination, detected near its plant in Salisbury. In December last year, Purdue filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit and its 7 counts against the company. The court rejected an outright dismissal, but did drop 2 allegations against the Salisbury plant. With this ruling, the discovery process can now begin, which could shed some light on when the chemical runoff was first discovered and how the company responded.
Transform your garage into the fully functional, organized space of your dreams. Haggerty & Sons full turnkey design and installation services will equip you to utilize every inch of space. Fast and affordable garage cabinets and storage solutions. Custom features without the custom prices. Backed by a lifetime warranty. Protect your garage floor and more with epoxy flooring by Haggerty & Sons. Schedule your free consultation and ask about our flooring and cabinet discount bundle. Haggerty & Sons Garage Storage and Flooring.
Welcome to a new season of Martha Cooks. Delicious food, delightful guests, and lots of fun. Good food, good friends, and good times. Bon appetit. Watch free on the Roku channel.
Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Cutter Martin with the check of the forecast streaming on CBS News Baltimore. Showers and thunderstorms quickly blossoming across western Maryland, moving back towards I-95 BW Parkway as we get into the middle of the afternoon. Pausing this at 3 p.m. At least scattered showers and thunderstorms, but we could be tracking basically a broken line of heavy rain, thunder, and perhaps some gusty winds with a couple of these storms moving eastward across the area. There's a flood watch for both metros, D.C. and Baltimore, in effect through early evening. Basically, we could have very heavy rain that falls for an extended period of time in a couple of spots, or at least long enough to cause some flooding on roadways out there. Typical trouble spots, the spots that flood even in a moderate downpour. Places to watch and to be aware of as we head into the evening commute. Here we are, 7 p.m., still a few showers and storms around, but in general, closer to sunset, and then especially after sunset, we are going to dry it out. Mountains in far western Maryland, the storm chance already there, lasting through mid-afternoon or so. Southern Maryland, Baltimore Metro, Eastern Shore, mid-afternoon through early evening, your peak storm chance. Beaches may miss out on the majority of the rain today, though I still think some showers and thunderstorms rolling their way towards the coast. As we get into the late afternoon, the evening hours, temperatures peaking in the mid to upper 80s, some right around 90 this afternoon, like in Baltimore, 87 Clinton, 87 Cambridge, 90 Westminster, and 91 in Frederick. Keep in mind, these temperatures are before showers and storms move in. As soon as those first few drops of rain arrive, temperatures will cool. On your quarter in your neighborhood and Carroll County, Mayberry, your forecast high temperature is 90, Winfield 89, Taneytown in the upper 80s, Middleburg also at 90, Greenmount towards the Baltimore County line in the upper 80s. Evening commute forecast 4, 5, 6 p.m. This is when the stormiest of the weather is possible. The later you commute, the more decent your weather will be. There are probably still a few showers and still some wet roadways to contend with. First pitch tonight at Camden Yards. Mariners taking on the O's at 6:35. And we're soon to be tracking a chance of showers, perhaps some rumbles of thunder through about the 7 o'clock hour. So first pitch, first couple of innings of the game have the most likelihood, there is the greatest chance, should say, being impacted by weather. And then as we get into the heart of the game, 7th inning stretch, final pitch, we're drying out. Temperatures cooling back into the 70s. Waking up to 70s tomorrow morning. Elkton 72, 72 Westminster, 71 Frederick, 75 Annapolis, Cambridge 73, Easton 73. So most of us warm and muggy tomorrow morning, and then hot and muggy as we get into the afternoon, 11 a.m., mid-80s. High temperatures tomorrow between 3 and 5, upper 80s to near 90 once again. Also watching Tropical Storm Aaron, really struggling out here, though a bit more compact. Some showers and thunderstorms right around the center of circulation, but still battling cooler waters and some dry air. Both of those negate any strengthening, make it harder for this storm to get further organized. However, as we get into the Sunday, Monday time frame, we're going to be looking at the storm encountering warmer waters, less wind shear, and more moisture. So this could rapidly strengthen just north of the Antilles as we get into next week. Forecast right now to become a Category 3 hurricane and begin that turn to the north, safely east of the U.S. We'll keep an eye on it for you, but right now no direct impacts expected for the mid-Atlantic nor the East Coast. Showers and thunderstorms Wednesday, that's today. Tomorrow as well, Friday Eve. Talk about a weekend for the pool. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hot and dry, lots of sunshine. Monday, 90, 86 Tuesday. The only thing we'll have going on this weekend, aside from that storm chance, getting into next week, and then through the duration of next week, is going to be the higher risk of rip currents, perhaps some beach erosion, some big swells as Aaron passes to our east. It still will have an ocean impact along the Maryland-Delaware coastline. So if you're headed to the beach this weekend, pay attention to posted flags and what the lifeguards are telling you to do. If you're a non-swimmer, best to stay in the stand, especially as we get into next week. The First Alert Weather Team will keep you updated.
We have new details of the shooting at CDC headquarters in Atlanta last week. We're now hearing the 911 call from the gunman's father.
I don't know if he was involved. I need some help.
Authorities say 30-year-old Patrick Joseph White fired hundreds of rounds last Friday, killing one police officer. They say he was protesting COVID vaccines. The director of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation says White had expressed suicidal thoughts in the past. Healthcare workers and gun safety advocates are again now pushing for tougher gun laws and for violence prevention funding to be restored. Police say White died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Take a look at this video of the aftermath of a train derailment just outside of Fort Worth, Texas yesterday. You can see several train cars flipped over on their side in this mangled mess, but local officials say none of them were leaking anything, and fortunately no one was hurt. This crash, though, did spark some small grass fires in the Trump administration says it's now reviewing all